So we have a basaran. How long does it, well, how much does it take to flip it? You got the fucking pressure, you got the guy, he's fucking happy, look at him. Awesome. And you got, stupid question, right? He's a big stone guy. Why would you want to know how much pressure he's got? But I am a stupid person, and I want to know this. So what you gotta do in order to find this out, you gotta draw a diagram, right? What forces are on basaran at the given time. Of standing on the ground first, actually. We don't need to find pressure in the air. We need to find him on the ground first to understand what's needed to get him off of it. So we have, we got, he's going to be a dot because he's awesome, right? Then we got force going up. It's going to be a normal force. And, and, and we got force going down, right? Ground's here. Guy's here. He's all happy, right? You got your weight force going down. So what normal force is, it's basically Newton's third law. You got something pulling you down, something's needing to be able to push you back up in order for you to stay still on the ground. And so, for our case, basaran is in equilibrium, which means that the force net is equal to zero because he's not moving. Force on an object means, that they're moving. Um, you know, mass times acceleration equals force. So that'd be force divided by mass equals acceleration. So any kind of force and any kind of mass, if you have either of those, that will have you some kind of acceleration in some way. Um, Unless it's counteracted by something like friction, or in our case, normal force. If there was no ground here, there would be no normal force. Normal force is a something we don't need to get into, but basically, when you're touching a surface, it acts perpendicular to it because normal kind of acts like that. So for our case, we have our force net equals to zero. And in order for that to happen, these two have to counteract each other. So it'd be weight minus normal equals the force net. And if you bring these to the other side, it's just weight equals net force. Not net force, normal force. And so why do we need to know this? Because if we have, this is them on the ground. So if we want them slightly off the ground or being held in the air like it does in game, you have your weight force going down, and you also have a pressure force going up. And guess what that's going to be equal to? It's going to be equal, I'm just going to call pressure P. It's going to be equal to all of these things over here. So in order to find that, we have to find the weight acting upon them, which we can do. We have um like what is it? We have weight is equal to mass times gravity, right? In order to find the mass, we have to find the mass of basaran. In order to do that, we just need to look at it, find the volume of it, right? I made a silly mesh of it, outline of it. It was terrible. It was way under the volume of the real one. I don't know which one to assume, so I'm going to put both of those at the end. But with that, we have a model. Using an add-on in Blender, we can find the volume of that. And then we just find like the mass per whatever, mass per kilogram square cubed, put that into the volume, and then we have our weight force. Well, not our weight force, we have our mass. And then we multiply that by gravity, and the number you get from that is 204,460,340. That is equal to our weight force, which means it's also equal to a normal force, which means it's also equal to the pressure force that's needed for that. That's in newtons, though. People I don't get, I guess, know newtons as much. So we're going to bring that into other things. So first we bring that into pascals because that instead of straight to pressure for pounds per square inch, pascals because that's in meters, and we are already in meters here because newtons is in kilograms uh kilograms per meter squared. So we're already in meters, so we can go straight to pascals, right? And that is pascals. It's just going to be another P is equal to your force over the area of it. Um, right. And so if but since we're in pressure, I'm just gonna make this equal to the area of a circle. So that's whatever it is. And pulled out a model of the geyser itself. And the amount of force you get for pascals is one, fuck, 10,223,017 pascals. That's a big number still. Then we bring that into PSI because I'm American. We have inches here. And as much as I know the metric system, I do not know that for pressure because how else am I going to grill out with, I don't know. So you got your pressure, right? We bring that to PSI. You just use a Google for that. And because I'm lazy, I got 148, oh fuck, 1,482,000 point numbers. And that looks fine, right? But here's the thing. It's in inches. Inches. Not That's inches are small, right? And the guy's just kind of large. So this is the number we're kind of looking for. But this is just a little more of understanding. And that's not that's something. It's something. But that's assuming so many things. It's assuming that basaran itself is like fully concrete. That's what I used for my first thing. Uh, that's not true. We see blood in the game. And so here are the numbers for other tests with different materials, with counting blood with stone, counting some other things, counting with my other mesh that I made, the outline of it. It's awesome. It's very cute. But at the end of the day, it's kind of a big guy. He's kind of large. He's kind of like a colossus, maybe. It's kind of like a rat-sized ant. It's very cool.